Talk to yourself like this for just 30 days and watch everything change. Close your eyes. Take a breath. Still your mind. Now listen carefully, because everything you see, everything you touch, everything you experience in this world, it is all answering to one voice. And that voice is yours. Yes, yours. For 30 days, I want you to speak to yourself as if the world is already bent in your favor. I want you to walk like the answer has already arrived. I want you to think from the place you desire to be, not toward it, not about it, but from it. Because the truth is, you are not here to chase. You are here to choose. Speak to yourself like this. I am already the one I've been waiting for. I am already chosen. I am already seen. I am already loved. I am already successful. I am already free. And when the old voice comes up, the one that says, but nothing's changed, you answer it gently but firmly. It has in me. And that's where everything begins. You must understand this. The world is not moved by your begging. It is not changed by your worry. It is not shifted by your waiting. The world is moved by your assumption. The inner conversations you hold are the architects of your outer world. What you whisper to yourself in secret becomes what shouts back to you in reality. So, for the next 30 days, speak to yourself as one who already has. Don't wait for proof. Be the proof. When you wake up, say, something amazing is happening for me right now. I don't have to see it to believe it. I believe it, so I will see it. When fear rises, say, this fear has no power over me. I am rooted in truth. I am secure in what I know. I am becoming what I have already claimed. When doubt knocks, say, I do not entertain doubt. I entertain destiny. And when the world seems silent, when it seems like nothing is changing, remind yourself, my words are seeds. They are planted in unseen soil. And just because I can't see the roots doesn't mean the tree isn't growing. There is no delay in the spirit, only in your recognition of what is already yours. Speak to yourself like this. I am wealth. I am health. I am love. I am peace. I am purpose. I am power. And I do not hope for these things. I embody them. And every time you're tempted to speak the opposite, when you want to say, I don't know how, or it's not working, stop, breathe, and return to the truth. Say, it is working. I may not see it, but it is unfolding. The doors are opening. The answers are coming. I am becoming. Because here is the secret. You are not waiting on a breakthrough. Your breakthrough is waiting on you to speak like it's done. You are not waiting on a miracle. The miracle is waiting on you to assume the posture of one who already has it. Every time you speak, you are giving the universe its instructions. Every time you imagine, you are giving your life its blueprint. Every time you assume, you are calling into form that which has no choice but to obey you. For the next 30 days, speak as if the world is to rearrange for you, because it does. That's how powerful you are. Speak to yourself like this. I am the evidence of answered prayer. I am the fulfillment of vision. I am not becoming, I already am. And then live like it. Walk with confidence. Respond with certainty. Smile with knowing. You don't need permission to become who you were born to be. You only need to agree. Every moment you choose the higher voice, the voice of faith, the voice of assumption, the voice of I am, you are collapsing timelines and pulling your desires into this very moment. For 30 days, discipline yourself to speak from the end. Stop describing what is. Start declaring what shall be, as though it already is, because it is. So now listen again to your own voice. I am no longer waiting. I am no longer begging. I am no longer doubting. I am declaring, I am deciding. I am demonstrating, and with that decision, you have changed the course of everything. Talk to yourself like this for just 30 and watch what happens. You've heard the outer world speak loud enough, long enough. Now it's time to hear the voice that truly matters, the voice within, the voice that creates, the voice that declares, the voice that is not waiting for permission, approval, or confirmation, the voice that is the confirmation. For the next 30 days, I am inviting you. No, I am calling you to talk to yourself differently, not casually, not reactively, but creatively. Because what you say to yourself, you shape. What you repeat to yourself, you become. The words you speak inwardly are the substance of your reality. This is not about empty affirmations. This is about assumed identity. This is about becoming so inwardly convinced of your truth that the world has no choice but to reflect it. It is about speaking from a position of already having, already being, already done. So talk to yourself like this. I am not becoming, I am. I am the one. I am the embodiment of everything I once reached for. And now I no longer reach. I remember. Remember who you are. Remember what's within you. You are not weak. You are not confused. You are not without guidance. You are not without provision. You are not without power. You are not hoping, you are knowing. And knowing changes everything. For 30 days, speak from this knowing. Every morning, every night, every time fear whispers, doubt lingers, or the world contradicts your desire, return to your knowing. Say, my word is law. My inner world is the blueprint. The world is not my master, it is my mirror. And the mirror does not argue, it does not debate. It simply reflects what you assume to be true. So assume something higher. Assume something greater. Assume something holy. Assume that your future is not uncertain. It is already written, and you are reading it from within. Assume that what you speak is not hopeful. It is creative. Assume that your desire is not wishful. It is instructional, flowing from the part of you that already stands in the fulfillment. Let the old self fall away, the one who needed signs to believe, who needed proof to proceed. You are no longer that. You are now one who believes before the evidence, one who walks before the path appears, one who commands before the manifestation. This is what it means to live in faith. Not faith in religion, faith in your inner authority, faith in your ability to create, faith in the law of consciousness, that what you are conscious of being, you inevitably become. So talk to yourself like this. I am conscious of my wealth, and so wealth flows to me. I am conscious of my peace, and so peace becomes my atmosphere. I am conscious of my healing, and so healing becomes my expression. You must understand this. Nothing comes to you from the outside. It is all drawn from within. You don't manifest what you want. You manifest what you are conscious of being. So ask yourself daily, what am I being right now? Am I being fear or faith? Am I being lack or abundance? Am I being confusion or clarity? Am I being victim or creator? The world cannot give you what you deny yourself. It cannot offer what you will not allow yourself to hold inwardly. So give it to yourself now. Let it be real in you before it becomes visible to the world. Say, I give myself permission to succeed. I give myself permission to receive. I give myself permission to rise. It is safe for me to walk in power. It is safe for me to be seen. It is safe for me to hold more than enough. Let these words enter your subconscious, like seeds, into fertile soil. Speak them with reverence. Speak them with expectancy. Because for 30 days you are not hoping, you are sowing. And the harvest is guaranteed. Even when nothing looks different on the outside, hold your inner ground. Even when it seems silent, unchanging, slow, hold your inner vision. Because something is always happening behind the scenes. Something is always forming when you refuse to fold. Say to yourself, my job is not to figure out how, it's to know that it is already done. My job is not to manipulate, it's to align. My job is not to chase, it's to assume. And assumption is not arrogance. Assumption is faith in action. To assume is to say, I do not need to see it. I already possess it. And when you possess it inwardly, you call it forward, outwardly. Don't underestimate the power of this simple sacred practice. 30 days may sound small, but when you are consistent in consciousness, the shift is seismic. Day by day, your inner conversations begin to dominate. The old voices lose their grip. The worn-out stories fall away, and suddenly you begin to live from a new place, a higher place. And it feels natural. Because it is, you were always meant to live this way. You were always meant to walk in authority. You were always meant to speak and see the world rearrange itself. Not because you forced it, but because you believed it. Because you assumed it. Say this with me. I no longer argue with my destiny. I no longer shrink to be accepted. I no longer delay what is mine. I rise now. I receive now. I am now. Every day for 30 days, Repeat these truths until they are no longer affirmations. They are your identity. When others speak lack, you'll stay silent and walk in abundance. When others declare delays, you'll move in divine timing. When others speak fear, you'll whisper, "Not in my world." You're building a new mental world, a new inner dimension, and the outer world has no choice. It must conform. That is the law. So do not measure results by what your eyes see in the first few days. This is not about appearances. This is about inner dominion. This is about unseen roots taking hold beneath the surface. Talk to yourself like this: I am the cause, not the effect. I am the root, not the branch. I am the source, not the seeker. And when temptation comes to fall back, to complain, to doubt, gently bring yourself back to center. Speak the truth even when you don't feel it. Especially then, that's when the magic happens. Say, I don't speak what I see. I speak what I intend to see. My word precedes reality. My feeling molds the form. And your feeling, your emotional conviction is everything. So for 30 days, do not just say the words, feel them. Embody them, step into them like you are stepping into clothes that already fit you perfectly. Because they do. And the more you wear them, the more natural they become. By day 10, you'll begin to notice small shifts. Unexpected opportunities, subtle alignments, a clearer mind, a lighter heart. By day 20, you'll feel unrecognizable. Not because your life has fully changed yet, but because you have. And by day 30, something will have clicked. Something irreversible. You will have proven to yourself that reality is not out there, it's in here. In the words you speak, in the images you hold, in the truths you repeat. So let the old ways die. Let the old voice go. Let this be the start of a new inner atmosphere, a new dialogue between you and your higher self. And talk to yourself like this: I am no longer rehearsing limitation. I am rehearsing abundance. I am no longer entangled in the past. I am anchored in my power. I am no longer waiting to feel worthy. I know that I am. This is your life. This is your power. This is your moment. No more waiting. Speak it. Claim it. Feel it. Be it. Talk to yourself like this for just 30 days. And the world you see will not be the same. Because you won't be. What you are about to hear isn't just a suggestion. It's a sacred invitation. An invitation to step out of the old pattern and into a higher dimension of yourself. An invitation to stop chasing and start becoming. An invitation to return to the center of your power. You've been taught to look outward. You've been taught to wait on signs, on circumstances, on confirmations. But now I tell you to turn inward. Because the world does not change first. The self does. The shift you're seeking will not begin in your environment, it will begin in your awareness. The world is echoing the words you speak in the secret place of your mind. The unseen conversations, the silent assumptions, the thoughts you nurse when no one's watching. They are not idle, they are creative, they are causal, they are instructions to reality. For the next 30 days, I want you to do something radical. I want you to talk to yourself like you already have what you've been waiting for. Not as fantasy, not as a coping mechanism, but as the actual cause of a new reality. Because your inner speech is a rehearsal for your becoming. Let me say that again. Your inner speech is a rehearsal for your becoming. You are always becoming something, and you become what you most frequently assume to be true. So begin today to talk to yourself like this: I am no longer seeking, I am finding. I am no longer hoping, I am having. I am no longer doubting, I am deciding. I am no longer a student of life, I am a master of it. Say it before the facts agree. Say it before the evidence appears. Say it when you don't feel it, when you don't see it, and when it doesn't yet seem logical. Because you are not here to describe what is. You are here to declare what shall be. You are not a reporter, you are a creator. When you speak from the end, when you occupy the state of the one who already has, life bends, circumstances rearrange. People show up, resources appear, opportunities open. Not by accident, not by chance, but by law. You see, your assumption is not a passive thing. It is an energetic decree. It commands the unseen to become seen. It instructs the field of infinite possibility. to solidify into form. It says, this is who I am, and everything else must align with that. So talk to yourself like this. I am already the success I envisioned. I am already living in answered prayer. I am already chosen, appointed, anointed. I do not chase, I attract. I do not doubt, I declare. I do not question, I know. There is a version of you that doesn't flinch at obstacles, that doesn't wait for permission, that doesn't measure their worth by what the world thinks. That version is real. It's you without the false layers. And that version is activated by your self-concept, the truth you hold and rehearse about who you are. So for the next 30 days, rehearse only what you want to become. Reject the inner stories that say, it's hard, or it's too late, or I don't have enough. Those are borrowed voices. They do not belong to you. They are echoes of a former self. They are relics of a time when you forgot who you were. But now you remember. Now you speak with authority. Now you say, I am the cause of my life. I am not reacting. I am designing. I am not waiting. I am walking in the end. You don't need a perfect plan. You need a powerful self-concept. You need an unwavering assumption. And that is built in your words. Your words are your wand. Your voice is your command. Do not underestimate the daily power of talking to yourself from the end. If every time you say, I am abundant, you plant the seed. Every time you say, I am aligned, you water it. Every time you say, I am chosen, you call the harvest forward. And even when the outer world contradicts your inner truth, you do not flinch. You do not beg. You do not plead. You return to your assumption. You hold the position because the world must yield to the one who holds their self-concept firmly. This is not arrogance. This is alignment. This is not ego. This is essence. For 30 days, discipline your tongue to speak what your spirit knows. Speak it first in the quiet of the morning, when the world is still soft. Speak it again at night, when your mind is drifting into the subconscious realm, where impressions take root and grow. Don't just speak with words, speak with feeling. Feel the reality of your desires fulfilled. Feel the joy of the answered prayer. Feel the peace of the completed goal. Not someday, now. And when fear rises, and it will talk back. Say, this fear has no root in me. I do not water it. I do not rehearse it. I let it pass through, because I know who I am, and I know how this ends. It ends in fulfillment. You must become so saturated in your inner truth that the outer world becomes irrelevant. You must become so familiar with the feeling of already done, that delay no longer has power over you. Let others watch the clock. You watch your consciousness. Let others obsess over timing. You obsess over alignment. Because when your inner conversation matches your end result, time becomes your servant, not your master. So again I say, talk to yourself like this. I am the embodiment of answered prayer. I am not waiting on God. God is waiting on me. I am not searching for the door. I am the key. This is your creative power. This is the secret that turns ordinary minds into miraculous lives. And it's not hard. It's not complicated. It's simply this. Assume the identity of the one who already has what you desire. Let your words match that identity. If you were already healed, how would you speak? If you were already wealthy, how would you think? If you were already in love, how would you feel? Don't wait to become. Speak from the becoming. This is not a performance. It is a remembrance. You are not speaking to make it true. You are speaking because it is true in the unseen. And your voice is drawing it out of the invisible and into the visible. So for the next 30 days, be unwavering. Let your inner dialogue be disciplined, sacred, intentional. Don't say, I'm trying. Say, I've decided. Don't say, I hope it happens. Say, it's happening now. Don't say, I don't know how. Say, it's unfolding perfectly. You are teaching your subconscious who you are. And once your subconscious accepts it, it becomes your life. You'll begin to feed it first. Lightness, confidence, peace. Then you'll see it. New opportunities, new people, new ways. The world will start responding, not because you forced it, but because you aligned with it. This is how you move into your next season. Not by force, by frequency. Not by effort, By identity, you are no longer reacting. You are revealing, no longer doubting. You are deciding, no longer wishing. You are walking in fulfillment. So for 30 days, talk to yourself like this. I am already the one I've been waiting to become. And I do not try. I embody. I do not seek. I command. I do not wait. I receive. Say it in the mirror. Say it in your journal. Say it while you walk, while you drive, while you breathe. Say it when it's easy. Say it when it's hard. Say it until it becomes who you are. Because this voice you carry, this language of faith, this divine self-talk, it is not ordinary, it is not small, it is not weak. It is creative, it is powerful, it is law. So now you know the truth. Now you know the way. Now you hold the key. Speak from the end. Speak from knowing. Speak from the version of you that already is. Do this for 30 days, and everything will change. Because you will. For the next 30 days, speak to yourself like the future you is already here. Not the one struggling, not the one searching, not the one doubting, but the you who already holds the promise fulfilled. The you who already lives in the manifestation. The you who is no longer asking for the blessing, but being the blessing. Every day, speak not as someone trying to change their life, but as someone who already did. Because the life you desire doesn't start when the money comes, or the healing comes, or the breakthrough comes. It starts when you become the one who no longer questions if, but declares it is done. That is the turning point. That is when things begin to rearrange in your world, not randomly, but by law. Because your life, whether you realize it or not, is a mirror. It reflects your assumptions, your dominant self-talk, your innermost convictions. Not the words you say once, but the ones you say repeatedly. The ones that echo through your thoughts when no one's watching. You think you're waiting on something to change, but it's waiting on you, on your decision, on your assumption, on your inner agreement. So for 30 days, don't just try to think positive. Go deeper, speak with authority, declare the end, assume the position. Talk to yourself as if what you want has already happened, because when you do, your subconscious doesn't know the difference. It accepts it as fact. And once the subconscious is convinced, it moves mountains to make it true. So say, I am no longer hoping. I am walking in it. I am no longer becoming I am. I no longer desire. I have. Your self-talk must evolve from a wish into a witness. From maybe one day to this is who I am now. And yes, at first it may feel strange. Your senses will try to argue with you. Your current conditions may look nothing like the future you're declaring. But that's not your concern. Your concern is not what the eyes see. Your concern is what the soul knows. Let the truth of your new identity be louder than the facts of your current situation. Because facts are temporary. The truth, inner truth, when assumed with conviction, becomes reality. Let the old story die. Let the version of you who keeps rehearsing failure, rejection, and struggle be released. They have no place in this next chapter. They are not required for the vision you hold. They were useful once, but now you rise. So talk to yourself like this. I am the one who things work out for. I am the one doors open for. I am the one people favor. Resources flow to and opportunities align with. I am the one who walks in divine right timing. I do not wait, I know. I do not chase, I attract. Every word you say is either reinforcing your past or creating your future. So speak like a creator. Think like a master. Feel like it's already here. This is not fake it till you make it. This is be it until you see it. The mind doesn't respond to truth or lie. It responds to repetition with emotion. Say it long enough, and your nervous system adjusts. Say it with enough feeling, and your frequency shifts. Say it in faith, and the entire universe responds. You are not speaking to make something happen. You are speaking because in the realm of spirit, it already has. And when you speak from that realm, you call things into form. You bring the invisible into visibility. You bring the intangible into substance. You call forth the reality that was always meant to be yours. Now understand this. There will be resistance, not from the world, but from the old self. The self that's used to the familiar. The self that's addicted to struggle. The self that is loyal to past patterns. That self will whisper, this is too much. You're not that powerful. You're just pretending. And when it does, speak louder. not in volume, but in conviction. Say, I hear you, but I don't believe you. I bless the old, but I'm not bringing it with me. That version of me is complete. I am not who I was. I am who I decide to be now. And decide again and again, every hour, if necessary, until the new becomes natural. Until you wake up one day and it's no longer affirmations, it's identity. It's not a practice, it's your posture. You no longer have to remind yourself to speak from power, because you are power. You no longer wait for signs, because you are the sign. You no longer look for proof, because your life becomes the evidence. This is what happens when you talk to yourself like this, consistently, boldly, faithfully, for just 30 days. Let me tell you something. The world won't. You do not have to suffer first to be worthy. You do not have to wait years to be ready. You do not have to be perfect to be powerful. You are already enough, already equipped, already chosen. You don't have to earn it, you are it. So speak like it. And when others don't understand, bless them, but don't shrink. When conditions seem slow, trust divine timing, but don't stop. When nothing seems to change for the first few weeks, smile and know that something is already moving beneath the surface. Because life responds not to desperation, but to declaration. And your declaration creates worlds. So again, talk to yourself like this. I am the cause. I am the vessel. I am the fulfillment. I am not under pressure. I am under purpose. I am not hoping for favor. I walk in it. I am not looking for peace. I am peace. Every day, return to your throne. Speak from the mountaintop. Not the valley. Speak from completion, not desperation. Speak from wholeness, not wound. And even if you have to speak through tears, let it be so. Even if doubt whispers, speak louder. Even if fear rises, speak firmer. Your voice is the tuning fork that aligns your life. And as you continue, day by day, you will notice you carry yourself differently. You walk into rooms with quiet confidence. You no longer ask for things, you expect them. Not with entitlement, but with embodied knowing. This is what happens when the inner dialogue shifts from uncertainty to assurance. The world bends to meet the one who knows who they are, and you do. So for the next 30 days and beyond, train your inner voice. Let it speak only what aligns with your highest vision. Let it bless, not curse. Let it build, not destroy. Let it claim, not question. You are not speaking for affirmation. You are speaking for creation. And everything you say is law to your subconscious. So speak with intention. Speak with clarity. Speak with power. You are not hoping to become, you are remembering what you've always been. Do this for 30 days. Not casually, but sacredly. Not as habit, but as a holy act of creation. And you will witness what few people ever do. The moment when your inner speech becomes outer experience. The moment when the world begins to reflect not your circumstances, but your convictions. And when it happens, you'll know. It wasn't luck. It wasn't chance. It wasn't effort. It was assumption. It was alignment. It was the word made manifest. Because you finally understood. You were never waiting on anything. Everything was waiting on you. So now you stand at the threshold. Not a possibility, but a permission. Permission to stop living as a reaction and start living as the cause. Permission to speak to yourself, not as who you've been, but as who you truly are. Permission to release the doubt, the delay, the fear, and walk boldly into the reality you've already claimed in consciousness. For 30 days, make your inner voice your sanctuary. Let every word you speak to yourself be an act of power. Let every assumption be sacred. Let every thought be rooted in the truth that you are already what you seek. Do not underestimate the quiet revolution that takes place when a soul finally aligns with its highest self. Because when you talk to yourself like this, consistently, lovingly, and with unwavering conviction, your world cannot remain the same. It must yield. It must reflect. It must obey the one who speaks with the authority of knowing. So go. Begin today. Look in the mirror, not for validation, but to remember. Say it again and again and again. I already am. And then watch as life rises to meet you. Not because you forced it, but because you finally became it. This is your power. This is your birthright. And it all begins with a single decision, to speak only that which aligns with the end you have already seen in your spirit. Do it for 30 days, and I promise you everything will change, because you will. And when you change, the world has no choice but to follow. When you speak, you are not merely forming sounds with your mouth. You are shaping reality. The word is power. The word is life. And when you speak blessings over yourself, you are not indulging in fantasy or flattery. You are awakening the eternal truth that already is. You are calling forth the hidden treasures of your own being. You are commanding the invisible to make itself visible. You were never meant to be a passive participant in this world, waiting for blessings to fall upon you like rain from an uncertain sky. No, you are the rainmaker. You are the creative cause. The blessing you seek is the blessing you are. And when you speak it, it begins to stir. It begins to rise. It begins to clothe itself in form, in time, in space. Say to yourself, I am blessed, and nothing can hinder it. I am chosen, and all things are working together for my good. You are not affirming something to make it true. You are affirming it because it is true, eternally and unchangeably. The truth waits for your recognition, for your voice, for your agreement. You are not waiting for something to happen. You are awakening what already is. The world around you bends to the word within you. It cannot help but mirror what you decree. You are not subject to the outer facts. You are master of inner truth. Speak blessings upon your body. My body is strong. My cells are radiant with life. Every system is in divine harmony. Speak blessings upon your mind. My thoughts are clear, peaceful, and full of inspired wisdom. Speak blessings upon your path. Everything I need comes to me with ease. Doors open. Ways are made, divine appointments align. There is no power outside you that holds authority over your destiny. The only true authority is your own inner conviction. When you speak with feeling, with faith, with knowing, you move the unseen. You do not need to beg. You do not need to plead. You simply assume the blessing as real and speak from that place of divine assurance. Say to yourself, I am surrounded by love, guided by wisdom, and upheld by divine favor. Let your words be pregnant with purpose. Let them carry the vibration of the future you are already living. The present moment will conform. It always does. The blessing spoken is the seed sown, and what you sow in consciousness you will reap in experience. The most sacred voice you will ever hear is your own voice declaring who you are. Say it often. I am worthy. I am whole. I am free. I am abundant in every way. Say it, not for the world to hear, but for the reality within to respond. Your world is your reflection. Speak not of what is wrong. Speak only of what is right, what is good, what is unfolding now in unseen grace. When you speak blessings upon yourself, you break every curse. Every limitation dissolves. Every old identity begins to crumble. You are not bound by what has been. You're born again in the image of what you dare to accept. Speak as one who knows the truth, not one who hopes for it. Speak as one who has seen the end from the beginning and walks boldly into the fulfillment of that vision. Do not wait for signs. Become the sign. Your words are the signal that the new has begun. Speak blessings over your finances. Money flows to me in divine order and perfect timing. My supply is unlimited, and I give and receive with joy. Speak blessings over your relationships. I am loved deeply and purely. I am seen and celebrated. I attract only that which honors my soul. Speak blessings over your future. I walk in divine purpose. My steps are ordered. Every chapter is better than the last. You do not need permission to bless yourself. You do not need to earn what is already yours. You simply need to recognize it, to claim it, to speak it. Let your inner speech be your sanctuary. Let it be your altar. And from that sacred space declare your inheritance. The words you speak in secret shape the world you walk through in daylight. Bless yourself without hesitation. Bless yourself without apology. Speak of yourself as the beloved, the powerful, the unstoppable force of divine imagination made manifest. Speak it when you rise. Speak it when you walk. Speak it in the silence of your soul. The blessing you give yourself becomes the life you live. Speak boldly. Speak often. Speak as one who knows. You are not a beggar in the house of God. You are the house. You are the vessel of glory. You are the one the blessing has been waiting for. Every word you speak, in truth, clothes itself in form. You don't need to fight circumstances. You don't need to push against appearances. Speak the new identity, and the old shall fall away like a forgotten shadow. Say within yourself, I am the light of my world. Everything I touch prospers. I am aligned with the highest good. You are not describing a wish. You are defining reality. This is not about pretending. This is about remembering. Remembering who you are beneath the noise, beyond the years of false conditioning. There is no power in the external until it has first been given life. By your inner declaration, the world follows you. It does not lead you. Speak blessings upon your emotions. I am calm. I am joyful. I am anchored in peace that no outside storm can shake. Every emotion is subject to your voice. You are the lawgiver of your inner kingdom. You are not the servant of your moods. You are the master of your atmosphere. Bless yourself even when the winds of doubt blow, especially then. Speak not according to the storm, but according to the stillness within. Say, even now I am safe, even now I am held, even now I am blessed beyond what my eyes can yet see. The word spoken with authority is not limited by time. You can bless your past and it will rearrange. You can bless your future and it will yield to you. The timeline is not fixed. It flows to the rhythm of your assumption. Say, my past is redeemed. My history is holy ground. Every experience has worked to elevate me. And say, my future is bright. My future is certain. All things are being prepared for my arrival. You are not your memories. You are not your mistakes. You are not the opinions that others once gave you. You are what you say you are. This is the ultimate freedom. The only chains that bind are the ones accepted as true. Break them with your words, not with effort, not with striving, with stillness, with simplicity, with boldness. Say, I am free, I am new, I am untouched by limitation. To speak blessing upon yourself is to align with the voice of the divine that lives within you. That voice has always said, you are my beloved. In you I am well pleased. The divine sees no flaw in you, only potential, only radiance, only glory in progress. Every time you echo that voice, your world becomes more reflective of your truth. Say it when it feels easy. Say it when it feels impossible, especially when it feels impossible. That is when the soil is most fertile. Bless your creativity. I am a wellspring of divine ideas. Inspiration flows through me with ease. Everything I create carries power and purpose. Speak blessings upon your talents. My gifts make room for me. My work is valuable. I am supported and celebrated in my expression. The moment you speak it, the law of life begins to move on your behalf. You are never speaking into a void. You are speaking into a living substance, and it hears you. You are the potter and the clay. You are the dreamer and the dream. Nothing is withheld from you but what you refuse to claim. Let no false humility silence your voice. There is no virtue in calling yourself small. There is no glory in self-doubt. True humility is accepting the greatness placed within you and honoring it by speaking it into life. Say, I walk in divine timing. I am never late. I am never behind. Everything unfolds with perfect precision. This is how you rise, not by force, but by faith, by inner decree. The rhythm of your life is not dictated by the clock of the world, but by the conviction of your inner word. When you bless yourself, time bends, opportunities align, delays dissolve. Bless your home, my space is sacred. Peace dwells here. Abundance fills every room. Bless your body again. Every cell knows what to do. I am whole and well. Healing is my natural state. The body responds not to fear but to faith, not to diagnosis but to declaration. Speak what you desire until your very biology aligns. It must. It has no choice. The living word governs all. Your speech is not powerless chatter. It is the vibration of divine substance taking shape. The old world taught you to watch your words out of fear. The truth calls you to watch them out of reverence. Speak only what you are willing to live. Speak only what you are ready to receive. Life does not question whether you meant it or not. It follows the tone of your belief. Say, I am a magnet for miracles. I am an open channel for divine increase. I am surrounded by the evidence of grace. Speak it with fire. Speak it with love. Speak it with the unwavering conviction that you are backed by all of heaven. For you are, every time you bless yourself, you agree with the infinite. You come into alignment with the highest intelligence in the universe. Let your inner conversation become sacred. Let it become the ground upon which the new creation emerges. This is not about pretending problems do not exist. It is about refusing to make them your identity. Speak not of the problem, speak from the solution. Say, I am clarity in the midst of confusion. I am light in the middle of darkness. I am the answer wrapped in flesh. You are not here to survive circumstances. You are here to transform them with your consciousness. Let others say what they will. Let the noise of the world continue as it may, but you. Bless yourself in the secret place. Bless yourself when no one is watching. Bless yourself when all signs say otherwise. The power is in your secret speech. The reward is in the echo that follows. Speak it until it no longer feels like hope, until it feels like fact, until the blessing you speak becomes the breath you breathe. You are the voice and the vibration. You are the prayer and the fulfillment. When you bless yourself, you enter into partnership with the divine pattern encoded in your soul. And the pattern is perfect. The pattern is success. The pattern is fulfillment on every level. Say it again. I am blessed beyond measure. I am aligned with my highest destiny. All things work together for my increase. You don't need to convince the world. You don't even need to convince yourself. You simply need to accept the word as already done. That is the mystery. The moment you bless yourself and feel it, you've already shifted dimensions. The outer world has no choice but to reflect it. You don't have to know how. The blessing carries its own intelligence. It will find its way into form. Speak as one who already has what they asked for. Speak as one who has seen the end and knows that it is good. Say, I am walking in favor that cannot be stopped. I am surrounded by evidence of answered prayer. Say, my life is not random. I am guided by the highest wisdom. I am a living prophecy fulfilled. There is no greater gift you can give the world than to be the full expression of your blessed self. Speak blessings, not only on the mountaintop but in the valley, especially in the valley, because it is there that the roots of your word grow deep. Say it when you see no fruit. I am fruitful, I am multiplying, increase is inevitable. And the moment you say it with faith, the roots take hold beneath the surface, preparing to break forth with abundance. Your voice is sacred. Let no doubt corrupt it. Let no fear weaken it. You are not subject to appearances. You are the one who speaks the new thing into being. The word you speak is the womb of the new world. And when it is spoken in alignment with divine truth, it cannot return void. So speak again, I am a walking testimony. I am proof that the blessing is real. Everything I need flows to me now with ease, joy, and divine precision. Speak as though you already are the one you've been waiting for. Because you are. Speak as though the promise is fulfilled. Because it is. Speak not as a stranger to blessing, but as its living vessel. Your words are more than sound. They are seeds of worlds. Every time you speak from the higher vision, you nourish the invisible garden. And in due time it bursts forth, not by struggle, but by spiritual law. Not by effort, but by alignment. Not by fear, but by faith. Speak your blessing aloud. Whisper it in silence. Carry it in thought. Let every breath declare the truth. I am chosen. I am cherished. I am carried by grace into ever-expanding good. Let your words be the song of your rising, the anthem of your awakening. You do not need to seek what you already are. You only need to speak it again and again and again until your world can no longer deny it. Let your words become the architecture of your world. Let your breath become the wind that carries the blueprint into form. You are not here to react to life. You are here to author it. You are here to inscribe upon the fabric of consciousness the story of your divine identity. Speak not from the dust of past failures, but from the mountaintop of spiritual certainty. You are not a product of circumstances, you are the producer of them. The blessing is not waiting for you on the outside, it's rising up within you now, each time you affirm it to be so. Say again, in the stillness of your heart, I am abundance made visible. I am love in motion. I am favor unfolding in every detail of my life. The moment you say it, something eternal within you agrees. Something higher nods in confirmation. And that agreement is power. That agreement is what sets the invisible machinery of life into motion. You will not always see the mechanics. You are not meant to. You are not the mechanic. You are the visionary, the speaker, the dreamer made real. What you speak with feeling is what you live without effort. This is not striving. This is surrender to the deeper truth. You don't have to convince the universe. The universe is already convinced of your greatness. The only one you must persuade is the part of yourself that still questions. And you do that not through debate, but through declaration. Again and again, word upon word, until the old self dissolves and the truth shines through without resistance. Say, I am clarity in the fog. I am direction in the confusion. I am the way being made before I take the next step. Say, everything I need already exists within me. The blessing is not on its way. It is here now, unfolding through my consciousness. The outer life you see today is but the shadow of your former speech. And the life you will walk into tomorrow is already forming in the silence of your current words. Speak wisely, speak boldly, speak beautifully. The blessing hears and obeys. Bless yourself in every area. There is no part of you undeserving of the spoken word. Speak to your finances. I am prosperous beyond logic. Wealth flows through me like breath. I am never in lack, for the source of my supply is infinite. Speak to your confidence. I walk with assurance. I speak with power. I move in bold faith. Let nothing remain untouched by your voice. There is no sacredness in withholding the blessing from any part of your life. The sacredness is in its totality. The blessing is not meant to live in one corner. It is meant to flood every room of your being. You are the gatekeeper. You decide what enters and what leaves. You decide what truth takes root, and the tool of that authority is your voice. Speak not as one hoping, but as one knowing. Knowing that the moment you claim it, it begins. Knowing that the moment you speak it, the invisible responds. You don't have to raise your voice. The power is not in the volume, it is in the vibration. It is in the certainty. Speak softly if you must, but speak clearly. Speak with intent. Speak with the inner knowing that what you are calling forth already exists in the unseen and is now taking shape. Say, I am worthy of every good and perfect thing. I am surrounded by divine appointments. I am aligned with the perfect rhythm of my life. Even in moments when you feel far from it, even then, say it, especially then. When you feel furthest from the blessing is when you need to speak it most. The lie of separation is loud, but it is not true. The blessing is never far, it is always just one word away. Your words are not just for comfort, they are for transformation. Every syllable has weight, every declaration reshapes the field. Your life is not a random string of events, it is a mirror constantly reflecting the inner speech you sustain. So bless yourself with consistency, not only when things feel good, not only when all appears to be working. Bless yourself when things look still, when it feels like nothing is happening. That is the sacred silence, where the roots deepen. Say, I am expanding in love, in wisdom, in wealth, in joy. I am growing in unseen ways. I am becoming more than I've ever been, and it is all unfolding perfectly. When you speak this, you are watering the garden. You may not see the blossom today, but you are cultivating the unseen with every word. Keep blessing. Keep declaring. Keep speaking life into what appears barren. What you bless, you awaken. What you name, you call forth. There is no such thing as idle speech in the world of consciousness. Every word creates, every phrase invites. So let your speech be laced with divine intention. Let it be a current of truth that carves new paths through old terrain. Speak in such a way that your cells respond. Speak in such a way that your soul stands tall. Speak in such a way that time and space align to support what you've declared. Bless yourself as the one already risen. Speak as the one already crowned. Speak as the one already walking in the fullness of the promise. The moment you say, I am healed, I am whole, I am new, the deeper self takes it as a command. And the old must make room for the new. Reality must bend. Circumstances must shift. You have spoken and the word has gone out in power. There is no power greater than the truth spoken in faith. Not facts, not opinions, not evidence. Faith is the substance. Faith is the higher law. And when your speech carries faith, it overrides the lesser noise of doubt. Say, I am the healed calling forth health. I am the rich calling forth wealth. I am the blessed living out the blessing. You are not becoming anything, you are unveiling what already is. and speech is the chisel that reveals the masterpiece beneath the stone. You were not born to agree with appearances. You were born to speak truth until appearances conform. You are the voice of transformation in your own life. You are the activator, the initiator, the anointed one. When you say, I am enough, I am chosen, I am equipped for everything before me, all of life adjusts to support you in walking it out. Even now, your words are shaping moments that have not yet arrived. Speak from the end. See yourself standing in the promise, and speak from that mountaintop view. Say, I see the evidence of my blessing everywhere I go. My life is overflowing with goodness. Every step is blessed. Every breath is guided. You are not hoping, you are calling. You are not pleading, you are creating. The one who blesses themselves is the one who knows that creation begins not in the hands but in the word. If you forget, return to your voice. If you feel lost, return to your voice. If you are tired, return to your voice. Let it carry you when the mind doubts. Let it lift you when the body feels weary. Say, I rise on wings of truth. I am carried by the current of divine supply. I cannot fail. For the word I have spoken is true and eternal. You are not moving blindly, you are moving by divine direction spoken from within. The law responds to your feeling, and feeling is intensified through repetition. Speak the blessing again. Speak it until the echo fades and the reality appears. Speak it until it becomes so normal that you no longer need to remind yourself. It simply becomes the atmosphere you walk in, the vibration you live in. That is the work. Not to make something happen, but to align with what already is. Say, I am the manifestation of answered prayer. I am the embodiment of divine grace. Everything is working in my favor, seen and unseen. Let these words not merely pass your lips. Let them take root in your being. Let them settle in the soil of your heart until they spring forth in undeniable evidence. The world will try to give you names. It will try to label you according to what it sees. But you are not here to wear the names of the past. You are here to declare your own. You are not bound to history. You are bound to truth. And the truth is what you choose to speak, what you dare to bless, what you boldly accept as your inheritance. There is no limitation that can stand against the spoken word of one who knows who they are. So say it again. Say it every day. Say it in every moment. You feel the pull of the old. I am new. I am whole. I am free. I am rising. Say it when it feels untrue, and keep saying it until your life says it with you. That is the miracle. That is the movement. That is the mystery made visible. Speak blessings. Speak boldly. Speak now. There is no circumstance too dark, no pattern too old, no condition too stubborn to withstand the power of your inner word. When you speak, you shift the axis of your experience. You realign the current of your life with the deeper truth that has always waited beneath the noise. Speak as though you are already walking through the door, because the door is not separate from you. It opens when you speak from the end, not someday, not later. Now is the only time the blessing meets. Now is the only space where power lives. Say it now, feel it now, know it now. Even if the outer facts seem to contradict what you're declaring, do not retreat. Do not agree with the lie. Every outer fact is only a delay in the visible confirmation of what is already being shaped in the unseen. You do not need the facts to agree. You need the truth to rise. And the truth rises when you speak it without apology, without hesitation, without giving power to appearances. Say it even if your voice trembles. Say it even if the world laughs. You are not here to convince them. You are here to convince yourself. You are the audience and the actor. You are the oracle and the answered prayer. Say, every cell in my body radiates wholeness. My mind is a sanctuary of peace. I am the evidence of healing in full bloom. Say, the blessing is not coming to me. It is already here, showing itself in divine timing, divine order, divine ease. When you bless yourself, you teach your mind to see differently. And when the mind sees through the lens of truth, the world must reflect it. You are not calling for something outside yourself. You are awakening what has slept within. Every word spoken in faith is a seed returning to its divine origin. It knows what to do. You do not need to chase outcomes or manipulate timing. You need only to stay true to your word, to guard your inner speech like sacred treasure. Speak your blessing as a daily rite. Speak it like breath. Speak it like the beat of your heart, constant, unseen, and powerful beyond measure. There are days when the blessing may seem far, when your eyes will search the horizon and find no sign. But this is not the time to question. It is the time to deepen. Say in that moment, even now, I trust. Even now, I affirm. Even now, the blessing is multiplying behind the scenes. What you cannot yet see is often the richest part of the unfolding. The roots of trees grow deep long before the leaves appear. Do not curse the silence. It is part of the blessing's birth. Say, my words are not empty. My declarations are not in vain. I speak, and life listens. I decree, and form follows. That which you speak into your atmosphere begins to crystallize. It may not happen in the next hour, or even the next day, but the moment you speak it with conviction, something eternal begins to shape itself in the unseen, and it must be made visible. This is law. This is life. This is truth, waiting for you to trust it enough to persist. Let your words become the rhythm of your awakening. Let them cleanse the residue of fear, shame, and limitation. Every time you say, I am loved, I am held, I am carried, you dissolve another lie. You pull the plug on old beliefs. You unravel the identity that once chained you to cycles of pain. Your word is your deliverance. Your word is your ark. You were never meant to walk this path burdened. You were meant to walk it blessed. And you are blessed not because of the things you own or the titles you've earned. You are blessed because you exist. Because your breath is proof that the infinite desires to express itself through you. Say it now, I am the full expression of divine love. I am the fulfillment of a heavenly idea. I am exactly who I was created to be, and more is always being revealed. You are not here to copy someone else's blessing. You are not here to chase what others have. You are here to bless the unique expression of divinity that you are, to water the ground you've been given, to speak life over your path until the harvest cannot be denied. Say it aloud, my life is mine, and it is blessed. My journey is sacred. My steps are guided by wisdom that knows no error. Even your delays are divine. Even your detours are woven with gold. Nothing is wasted when you bless the entire process. Say, I release judgment. I release comparison. I release resistance. I bless the now. I bless the waiting. I bless the becoming. For the blessing is not just in the end result. It is in the unfolding. And your speech is the light that makes the unfolding beautiful. Let your word be the command, not the question. Do not ask for what has already been given. Declare it, own it, become it in your speech. Say, I do not beg, I proclaim, I do not wish, I receive, I do not doubt, I embody. These are not mere affirmations, they are agreements. Every time you speak in alignment with truth, you come into covenant with the divine pattern etched into your being. Speak blessings upon your vision. I see clearly, I perceive opportunity, I recognize the good even before it arrives. Speak blessings upon your relationships. I attract divine connections. I give and receive love with ease. My presence is a blessing to others, and I am blessed by the presence of those around me. Let no part of your life remain unspoken for. Let no area remain under the influence of unconscious words. You do not need to fix what you haven't yet blessed. You do not need to heal what you've condemned with your speech. Speak life first. Speak kindness first. Speak possibility first. Let your word rise above your history. Let it rise above the diagnosis, above the record, above the rumor. Say, this is not who I was. This is who I am. This is not where I stop. This is where I begin. Every day, you are either echoing the past or speaking a new future. Every thought is either rehearsing a wound or writing a blessing. Choose. Choose with intention. Choose with the power that has been yours since the beginning. Say, I choose life. I choose truth. I choose blessing. I choose now. You don't need the perfect conditions. You don't need to feel strong. You don't even need to feel ready. You only need to speak. And in speaking, readiness will come. Strength will come. Confirmation will come. The world will adjust to the frequency of your inner decree. Speak it in the morning. Speak it in the night. Speak it when you are low, when you are rising, when you are in between. Let your word fill every space. I am no longer waiting. I am creating. I am no longer hoping. I am knowing. I am no longer shrinking. I am expanding. There is nothing noble in denying your birthright. There is no humility in playing small. To bless yourself is to honor the one who made you. To bless yourself is to open the floodgates of grace. You are not the exception to the divine pattern. You are the proof. You are not forgotten. You are favored. Speak it until your whole being believes. Speak it until your breath carries the rhythm of joy. Speak it until your presence alone changes rooms. This is what it means to walk in blessing. Not that things are always easy, but that you are always aligned, that you never forget the power of your word. Keep speaking, keep blessing, keep choosing the truth that never changes. The word is your staff. The word is your seed. The word is your shelter. And when you speak it in faith, mountains bow, storms still. And all of creation begins to rearrange itself to mirror the beauty of what you've declared. So now, having spoken the word, let it be settled within you. Rest not in the effort, but in the knowing. Let your heart be at peace, for the blessing is not somewhere out there. It has been stirred, awakened, and released through you. Walk forward, not as one in search, but as one in possession. For you have blessed yourself in truth, and what is spoken in truth returns multiplied. Go now in quiet confidence, not to strive, but to witness. Watch as life reflects the word you've dared to declare. Watch as doors open, as paths appear, as joy greets you in places where sorrow once stood. For you have remembered who you are. You have taken back your authority. You have spoken the language of the divine, and the whole of creation is already responding. A miracle from God is about to happen in your life. You do not have to seek it from the outside. You do not have to beg for it, chase it, or even understand how it will come. The miracle is already prepared. It is already finished. All that is required now is your inner agreement, your conscious assumption of the miracle's presence. Your present circumstances may appear barren. Your outer world may seem unchanged, and your senses may argue against this truth. But do not trust the senses. They belong to the realm of the past. What your eyes see, what your ears hear, what your body feels, these are only reflections of what you have previously assumed to be true. But the moment you assume something new in consciousness, the world begins to shift, though quietly, invisibly, and often imperceptibly at first. You are not waiting on God. God is waiting on you to awaken, to accept, to embody. The miracle is not coming to you. It is emerging through you. You are the doorway through which it enters the world. Right now, in this very moment, you have the power to align with it. Not tomorrow, not someday. Now, this is the appointed hour. This is the divine moment. Take your attention away from the problem and place it fully on the answer. Let your mind dwell, not on what is wrong, but on what is already right within you. What you focus on becomes flesh. What you assume with feeling, you invite into your experience. Do not concern yourself with how the miracle will happen. The how is not your responsibility. The how belongs to the higher wisdom within you. The same infinite intelligence that formed the stars, that opened the Red Sea, that raises the sun every morning without fail. That intelligence knows no limits. That presence within you is the miracle worker. Your only job is to believe, to walk by faith and not by sight, to assume the thing you desire as if it were already so. Feel it real. Feel it now. If healing is your desire, then feel the vitality of being whole. Walk in the consciousness of perfect health. Do not wait for a report, a test, or a sign. Let your inner world testify first, and the outer will follow. If your desire is provision, then dwell not in the feeling of lack. Dwell instead in the knowing that all your needs are met, and more, live from the end. Speak as if the miracle has already come, for in truth it has. Your imagination is not fantasy. It is the creative power of God operating in you. What you imagine with conviction becomes your reality. You do not need to force anything to happen. You need only to see it within, feel it as done, and give thanks for it with a heart full of expectation. And this expectation must be holy. It must not be mingled with doubt or fear. Do not say one thing with your lips and another with your inner conversations. Be single-minded. Let your thoughts, your words, your feelings all align with the miracle that is unfolding. Though nothing may yet appear to change in the outer world, trust the seed has been planted. The roots are growing in the unseen. The harvest will come. Keep watering the seed with gratitude. Keep walking in the feeling of the wish fulfilled. Keep reminding yourself, it is already done. The doors are opening. The chains are breaking. The answer is on the way, and in truth it is already here. Do not measure the timing. Do not panic if it seems delayed. Time is only the bridge between what is invisible and what will be visible. The moment you assumed the miracle to be real, it began. That moment of faith was the conception. Every detail is unfolding behind the scenes with divine precision. Hold your mind in the state of the answered prayer. Speak only from that place. Let your inner speech declare the truth of it over and over again. Say within yourself, it is already mine. It is already done. I walk in the blessing. I dwell in the miracle. God in me has already performed it. Your inner world is sacred ground. Guard it fiercely. Do not allow doubt, fear, or appearances to pull you away from what you have claimed. What you accept within yourself becomes law in your world. You have claimed a miracle. Now live as though it is already your reality. Let that be your law. There is no force, no opposition, no delay that can stand in the way of divine fulfillment. What has been decreed in spirit shall manifest in form. No man, no condition, no system has the authority to override what has been established in faith. You have already been chosen for this miracle. You are not forgotten. You are not disqualified. The very fact that you can feel its nearness in your spirit is the sign that it is yours. That desire is not empty. It is the echo of what is already yours in the divine realm. And as you assume it, as you rest in it, as you celebrate it, it comes. Be still. Do not strive. Do not worry. Rest in the knowing. The wind may blow, the storm may rise, but none of it can shake what has already been established within you. The miracle is here. The evidence will follow. You are not at the mercy of fate. You are not waiting on chance. You are a divine being, and the power that created heaven and earth is at work within you now. That power is forming the miracle, shaping the outcome, orchestrating every detail for your good. The time of struggle is ending. The time of breakthrough is here. The miracle you have longed for, prayed for, cried for, is now taking form. Not by force, not by might, but by the Spirit within you. Trust it, rest in it, declare it, live from it. What you decree within yourself becomes the law of your reality. You are not pleading with a distant deity. You are awakening to the truth that the living God resides in you, moves through you, breathes through your consciousness, and speaks through your imagination. That sacred presence does not need to be convinced. It simply needs to be acknowledged. And once it is, it begins to move swiftly on your behalf. You may have waited long. You may have walked through seasons of confusion, silence, and delay. But all of it has been preparation. Nothing was wasted. Not one tear. Not one lonely night. Not one prayer that seemed to go unanswered. In truth, every moment was building you for this moment, for this miracle, for this unveiling of glory through your life. Do not judge the miracle by what you see with your eyes. The real shift always begins invisibly. It begins in the quiet corridors of your soul, where you choose to believe even when there is no evidence, where you choose to rejoice even when nothing yet appears to be changing, where you say, I know it is done, even while the outer world looks the same. This is the walk of spiritual maturity, to see without seeing, to know without proof, to believe without needing signs. You are not moved by circumstances, you are moved by truth. And the truth is, you have already received what you have asked for. The delivery is certain, for you aligned yourself with the finished work the moment you assumed it to be yours. You are no longer a beggar. You are a creator. You are not at the mercy of your environment. Your environment is at the mercy of your inner state. You do not need to hustle or manipulate or prove yourself worthy. You are already worthy, for you are the beloved of God. The divine miracle is your inheritance, and you receive it not by effort, but by belief. You may not know exactly when or how it will unfold, but that does not concern you. The miracle is not waiting on time. It is waiting on alignment. It is waiting on you to fully step into the feeling of having already received. That is the secret. That is the gateway. That is the power. Think of it now not as something you hope for, but something that is not something you chase, but something you dwell in. Let it become real in your inner conversations. Let it saturate your inner atmosphere. Let the joy of it rise up within you until you can no longer distinguish between desire and possession. because in truth they are the same. The moment you desire a thing, it is yours. The desire is the evidence of what already exists in spirit. The world around you may not understand this. They may say you are unrealistic, foolish, or even delusional. Let them say what they will. You know the truth. You know the law. You know that every miracle begins in the invisible and becomes visible through unwavering faith. So walk in that faith. Let it carry you beyond appearances. Let it lead you through uncertainty into divine certainty. You have prayed, you have believed, and now you are stepping into the fulfillment. Do not revisit the pain of the past. Do not rehash the limitations. Do not tell old stories that keep you tethered to lack and fear. You are not the same person who cried out for help in the midnight hour. You are the one who has received. You are the one who has awakened. You are the one who has touched the hem of divine power and felt virtue flow. So speak now with new authority. Let your inner voice declare, I am healed. I am provided for. I am restored. I am walking in miracles. Let that be your meditation. Let that be your song. Let that be the vibration that goes before you and makes the crooked places straight. Even now, something is shifting. Even now, the pieces are falling into place. Even now, doors you could not open with human effort are opening of their own accord. Even now, hearts are turning in your favor. Documents are being signed. Opportunities are being released. Healing is manifesting in your body. Peace is overtaking your mind. Provision is appearing on your path. But more than all these things, your identity is changing. You are no longer the seeker. You are the knower. You are no longer asking, you are embodying, and as you embody this miracle, the world must yield. It cannot resist the one who knows who they are. Creation itself is obedient to the consciousness that speaks from faith. Let your life become a demonstration of what it means to live in divine alignment. Let your atmosphere become so saturated with the feeling of answered prayer that doubt has no place to live. Let the people around you look and wonder, how did this happen? How did it come so fast? And you will smile and say, it came when I stopped waiting and started believing. It came when I stopped begging and started assuming. It came when I said yes to the God within. The God within is not limited. The God within does not need conditions to be perfect. The God within does not need the approval of others or the cooperation of circumstances. The God within creates from the unseen by the word of power, through the authority of belief that God is alive in you now. And that is why your miracle is not far off. It is not next year, it is not someday, it is now. Every breath you take in the awareness of that truth multiplies its power. Every moment you choose to dwell in the end result, rather than the process, hastens the unfolding. Your miracle is magnetic. It is drawn to your unwavering knowing. It responds to your joy, to your certainty, to your celebration of what already is. So celebrate now, praise now, live now as the one who already holds the promise. Speak now as the one who has already crossed into the land of abundance. Walk now as the one who carries the mark of divine favor. Let nothing pull you back into the illusion of lack, separation, or delay. So the truth is, the miracle was never outside of you. It was always waiting to be recognized. It was always encoded within your desire, ready to spring forth the moment you said, I accept, I believe, I receive. You are not broken. You are not behind. You are not forgotten. You are perfectly positioned for divine fulfillment. Every step, even the ones that seemed to lead nowhere, were necessary. Every detour, every delay, every disappointment, it all brought you to this sacred point of alignment, where you finally realized that the power to receive was always in your hands. You need no other sign. You need no more confirmations. Your feeling is your sign. Your peace is your proof. Your inner conviction is the evidence that the miracle is now taking root and will soon be seen by all. So be bold in your belief. Be fearless in your faith. Be relentless in your inner seeing. Let no thought take root in you that contradicts what God has spoken in your heart. Guard your mind like a sacred temple. Tend to your thoughts like holy ground. Let every imagination exalt the truth that the miracle is done. For as surely as you walk in this consciousness, so surely shall it be made flesh. The world may call it sudden. They may call it unexpected. But you will know the truth. You will know that it was the natural outcome of your inner decision. So hold the vision, fan the flame. Keep your inner eyes fixed on the fulfilled promise. And as you do, you will see it. You will touch it. You will live it. The miracle is no longer a far-off dream. It is your current reality vibrating in the unseen, preparing to take form. Say yes to it, dwell in it, live from it, and watch what God does through you. There is a holy stillness that surrounds you when you know something deep in your spirit is about to shift. Not an anxious stillness, not the silence of despair, but the stillness that comes when your soul knows that what you waited for, prayed for, cried out for, has already been accomplished in the realm of spirit. And now it's only a matter of divine timing, catching up to your inner knowing. That's the space you're in right now. You've entered the vibration of the miracle, and even though your outer world might still try to tempt you with appearances, bills on the table, silence from the one you love, the ache that still whispers through your body, don't be fooled. These are only shadows from yesterday. They do not hold the power they once had, because now you are awake. You have stepped out of the old self, the one who doubted, the one who waited in fear, the one who looked at lack and said, "This must be the truth." That self has dissolved. That self has no more power here. For you are now walking as the new man, the new woman, the one who sees with the eye of faith, who feels with the heart of spirit, who speaks as one with God. Do not go back. Do not rehearse the old stories. They are no longer yours. Let them pass away like smoke from a fire, long extinguished. Because your new life is not built on stories of pain. It is built on truth, on power, on love. It is built on the unshakable awareness that God in you is doing a mighty thing. And this mighty thing, it won't look like what you thought. It won't come through the channels you once depended on. No, this miracle will be marked by wonder. It will bypass natural logic. It will silence every voice that said it was impossible. It will stand as a testimony that the Spirit answers to faith, not facts. The truth is, your miracle has already started. The shift has already begun. In realms you cannot yet see, the divine intelligence is working, moving, rearranging, aligning, elevating. It may not make sense to your rational mind. That's because the miracle isn't for your logic. It's for your spirit. And your spirit already understands. So trust the inner feeling. Trust the lightness that comes when you stop trying to control every detail. Trust the warmth that rises in you when you imagine the outcome you desire. That's not fantasy. That's not self-deception. That's creation. That's God in you saying, this is the real. This is the truth. Walk in it. Your responsibility is not to figure out the steps. Your responsibility is to occupy the end, to make your home in the state of the answered prayer, to act as though the door has already opened, to speak as though the answer has already arrived, to feel as though the blessing is already upon you. Because it is. The one who walks in this kind of knowing begins to live above the laws of limitation. They are no longer pulled by circumstances or tossed by waves of emotion. They become steady, anchored, radiant. And that radiation draws the miracle closer and closer until it can no longer hide. It must appear. It must take form because it has found a home in consciousness. So ask yourself, are you willing to make space for the miracle? Are you willing to let go of the fear, the doubt, the story that says it can't happen for me? Are you willing to prepare the table, to set the plate, pour the drink and expect the guest to arrive? That's the energy of faith. It doesn't beg. It doesn't wait on confirmation. It moves as though the thing desired is already reality. It sings the song before the victory. It wears the joy before the breakthrough. It walks with peace in the middle of the storm. If you can do that, if you can live from the vibration of the outcome, then nothing can stop what is coming. No resistance, no delay, no force can block what Spirit has already set in motion. You have agreed. You have said yes. And the universe must respond. But do not look to the world for validation. Do not ask others to believe with you. They may not understand. They may not see what you see. But that's all right. They were not given the vision you were. So guard it, protect it, nurture it, water it with praise, speak to it with authority, feed it with joy. Let it grow within you until it becomes more real than anything you see with your eyes. Because here's the secret. Whatever is most real to you rules your world. If luck is more real to you than abundance, then luck will govern your life. If sickness is more real to you than healing, then the body will respond accordingly. But if the miracle is what you dwell in, if the healing is what you imagine, if the abundance is what you feel with every fiber of your being, then your world must reflect that. It is spiritual law. This law does not fail. It cannot lie. It operates with mathematical precision. And it answers to faith, not effort, not struggle, not suffering, only faith. Faith that assumes, feels, declares, and rests. And rest is key. Many believe they must do more, pray harder, push further. But rest is the highest form of faith. When you rest, you declare, I trust the outcome. I believe it's already done. I no longer strive, because I already have. This rest is not laziness. It is sacred trust. It is knowing that your words were heard the moment they were spoken in belief. That your vision was set in motion the moment you felt it as real. That your miracle was secured the moment you said, yes, this belongs to me. Let that be your posture now. Not one of reaching or pleading, but of receiving. Sit in the vibration of answered prayer. Soak in the feeling of it being done. And let that feeling renew you. Let it heal every wound, silence every doubt, and lift every burden. Because once you touch that vibration, once you know the miracle is real, you become unshakable, unstoppable. You walk with divine confidence. You speak with heavenly authority. You live as one whose prayer has already been answered. And the world will respond. People will show up with offers, opportunities and gifts you could never have orchestrated on your own. The right doors will swing open. The timing will be perfect. The supply will be more than enough. And you will stand in awe. Not because the miracle came, but because deep down you always knew it would. You will say, I saw this in my spirit. I felt this before it appeared. I celebrated this in the silence, and now here it is, just as I believed. And then something even greater will happen. You'll begin to realize the miracle wasn't just about receiving the thing. It was about becoming the one who receives. It was about transforming into a higher version of yourself. One who walks with God consciousness. One who lives by spiritual law. One who manifests from within. You'll no longer fear lack because you've tapped into the source. You'll no longer fear sickness because you've touched divine wholeness. You'll no longer fear the unknown because you know that the miracle lives in you. Not out there, but in here. This is the power you were born with. This is the gift that has always been yours. And now in this sacred moment you are using it. So keep your eyes fixed on the vision. Keep your mind anchored in the truth. Keep your heart open, expectant and still. Because the miracle is not coming. It has come. It is done. It is yours. And nothing can stop it. And now you begin to see, truly see, not with the eyes in your head, but with the eyes of your spirit. You are no longer looking at the world around you for confirmation. You are looking within. And what you behold within is more real than anything that appears without. You are not waiting for permission. You are not seeking validation. You have moved into the kingdom of awareness, and from that place all things become possible. You are starting to realize that what you once called waiting was never about time at all. It was about consciousness. You were not waiting for the miracle, you were waiting to align with it. And now that you have, it is inevitable. It must come, it must appear, not because you have pleaded for it, but because you have embodied it. Everything obeys this inner law. Everything bends to the shape of your inner assumption. The body responds to the image you hold of it. Money flows to the one who knows they already have. Relationships blossom when love is assumed and not chased. Peace surrounds the one who walks in the knowing that nothing is missing, nothing is broken, and nothing is out of place. And what is this miracle that is about to happen in your life? It is not just the manifestation of a thing. It is the revelation of who you really are. It is the unveiling of the divine in you. It is the moment when what you knew in the dark bursts forth into the light. It is the fulfillment of the word that was spoken within you long ago. The word that you carried like a seed watered with tears, held through silence, nurtured by your faith. Now it blooms. You don't need to strain to see it. You don't need to prove that it's real. The proof is already in your vibration. The evidence is already in your peace. The miracle is here, not just near, but here. Because you dared to feel it before you could touch it, because you became it before it appeared. Look back for a moment, not to dwell in the past, but to see how far you've come. Look at the places you thought would break you, the nights you wept, the seasons you endured, the moments when you questioned if you were forgotten. All of that led you here. Every delay was divine. Every detour was alignment in disguise. Every disappointment carved out more room in your soul for the blessing you now carry. You are not who you were, and because of that, what once eluded you can no longer hide. It must find you now. It must come, clothed in form, wrapped in divine precision. It will not arrive early or late, but in the exact moment you are ready to hold it. That is the nature of divine manifestation. It arrives in ripeness, and your spirit knows the time. Your spirit has always known that stirring you feel, that inner rising, that deep breath that tells you to relax and rejoice before anything is visibly changed. That is the signal. That is the spiritual announcement that the miracle has matured, the fruit is ripe, the word has become flesh. So live today as one who holds the promise. Speak today as one who has already seen the harvest. Move today as one who is no longer asking, but thanking. Let thanksgiving become your atmosphere. Let praise be the language of your every breath. Because when you live in gratitude for what is, you become a magnet for all that is to come. And let no voice pull you from that place. Let no circumstance confuse your clarity. Let no delay convince you that it is not working. The miracle is always working because you are always creating. Every thought is a creation. Every feeling is a seed. Every assumption is a command. So command wisely. Assume boldly. Feel intentionally. Because the power you carry does not respond to effort. It responds to embodiment. You cannot beg your way into a miracle. You must become the miracle. And as you become it, something deeper begins to happen. You find that the thing you once thought you needed is no longer the source of your joy. You are the source. Your connection with the divine is the treasure. Your alignment with truth is the miracle. Everything else is simply a reflection. And what beautiful reflections will come. The healing that confounds the doctors. The provision that breaks every natural rule. The opportunity that arrives without explanation. The reconciliation that softens even the hardest heart. The peace that surpasses understanding. These are the signs that follow those who believe. Not because they chase them, but because they carry the vibration that calls them forth. You do not chase miracles. You radiate them. You walk into rooms and shift the energy, not because you're trying, but because you're aligned. You speak words that unlock hearts. Not because you rehearse them, but because you're flowing. You draw resources, favor, and kindness. Not because you demanded it, but because you've become a vibrational match for it. And when people ask how it happened, how everything changed, how the breakthrough came, how the season turned, you'll smile and say, it began the moment I chose to believe, without seeing. It began the moment I stopped asking and started receiving. It began the moment I realized I already had what I was searching for. There is no striving in this place, no stress, no performance, only presence, only knowing, only trust. You are no longer waiting, you are walking. You are no longer hoping, you are holding. You are no longer desiring, you are dwelling. This is the fulfillment of the promise. Not just the outer result, but the inner transformation. You have become the one who lives by faith, the one who commands without fear, the one who creates with peace, the one who no longer begs for miracles because you know you are the miracle. And that knowing changes everything. It changes the way you speak to yourself. No more harshness, no more shame. Only honor, only love, only compassion for the journey you walked and the becoming that's unfolding. It changes the way you relate to others. No more comparison, no more grasping. You're not in competition, you're in creation. You bless others because you know their gain is not your loss. There is more than enough for all. It changes the way you walk through this world. You don't rush, you don't panic. You don't doubt. You carry yourself with quiet power, with holy confidence, because you know the same God that created the stars dwells in me. The same Spirit that raises the dead is at work in my life. The same power that spoke the world into being is speaking through me. This is not arrogance. It is agreement. You are no longer arguing with your divinity. You are no longer resisting your inheritance. You are no longer postponing your breakthrough. You have accepted it, embodied it, declared it. And the world must yield. The earth responds to the consciousness that owns itself. Mountains move for the one who believes they already have. Time bends, laws shift, nature aligns. Everything conspires to support the soul that says with full authority, it is done. The miracle is mine. I walk in it now. So walk tall, walk bold, walk free. Not because something is coming, but because something has already come. The miracle is not ahead of you, it's inside of you. And because you carry it, everywhere you go becomes holy ground. Let this truth echo through your being. The miracle has begun. The shift is here. The new has arrived. And I am the living evidence. Let it echo. Let it fill every corner of your soul. Let it rise like a wave and carry you into the life that has always been yours. Not a life of lack or fear or limitation, but a life of glory, grace, and divine power. You are not waiting for a miracle anymore. You are walking in it. And so now, beloved, you stand at the edge of the unseen, not as one who fears the unknown, but as one who knows that the invisible is more real than the visible, that the miracle is not a future event, but a present reality unfolding in perfect time. Let your heart rest, let your spirit rejoice, let your words align with what has already been done. You are not a seeker, you are a revealer. You are not chasing favor, you are favored. You are not hoping for breakthrough, you are the breakthrough. The miracle has chosen you, not because of your striving, but because of your alignment. Not because of your works, but because of your willingness to believe. So move forward with boldness, with joy, with unshakable peace, knowing that the shift has happened, the promise is fulfilled, and the life you once dreamed of is now the life you walk in. It is done, and it is glorious.